Dota 2 is reborn, Bethesda dives into the digital card game markets. All that and more, I'm Zach Sharps, and this is Free to Play Weekly. With Dota 2 having great success in the MOBA market, Valve is ensuring it keeps climbing the ranks. Dota 2 Reborn Part 1 is all about the user interface, revamping the dashboard, thus making it easier to find friends in games, while also allowing you to organize your heroes, watch games, and more. Part 2 focuses on custom games, giving players the freedom to play Dota 2 the way they want to. Part 3 brings a whole host of changes by utilizing the Source engine, improving the game in a variety of ways graphically, while also allowing creative players the opportunity to make their own short movies with the Source filmmaker. In order to get into the beta for Dota 2 Reborn, just select it from the menu, download, and bam, you're in. It's great to see Valve always trying to constantly make Dota 2 an even better experience for players, and with the engine overhaul, it does make me want to hop back in it and give it a shot. Hell, it's free, right? So why not? Speaking of MOBAs, Blizzard also announced changes for their free-to-play Heroes of the Storm this week as well. In fact, they announced an entire Diablo-themed event called Eternal Conflict. This event is the first of which to include a battleground set in one of Blizzard's universes. Utilizing the Diablo universe, Eternal Conflict will include a new Heaven and Hell-themed battleground called Battlefield of Eternity, a melee fighter called the Butcher, which releases in a few weeks, plus the Skeleton King and Monk heroes, which are still a little bit early in development. In the end, more battlegrounds is always a good thing in my opinion. It adds variety, and also heroes don't hurt as well so long as the balance doesn't get thrown all out of whack. However, I don't really like how Blizzard initially called this event an expansion. Thankfully, later they cleared up that terminology. Kudos, Blizzard. Switching it up a bit, E3 2015 also provided us with a Bethesda E3 conference, and with that came an interesting game announcement. What is that game announcement, you might ask? Well, it's the Elder Scrolls Legends. There's not really much to go on other than the game is an Elder Scrolls themed digital card game, will be released on PC and iOS devices, plus it had a trailer very similar to most digital card game trailers in the past 5 years. Seriously, there is comparisons about this. That's really all we know at this point. With that said, if we do hear anything more about this new free-to-play digital card game by Bethesda, we will be sure to let you know. Last week on the show, we reported on the new Star Wars The Old Republic expansion, Knights of the Fallen Empire, and this week we got some clarification about the instant level 60 mechanic the game is going to add. We originally thought it was kinda like a restart mechanic of the game's storyline, but it appears that wasn't the case. In fact, players who get Knights of the Fallen Empire by being a subscriber to the game will receive one instant level 60 character. This character has to be brand new, and you cannot boost an existing one to 60. If you want to purchase additional instant level 60 characters, BioWare will make that available for you for an additional fee. Chances are, and I'm speculating here, this fee will be probably close to what Blizzard's World of Warcraft charges for its instant 90 microtransaction, aka $60 US. However, hopefully it will end up being cheaper. BioWare's also considering adding in 2 additional character slots, but this is not really locked in just yet. Honestly though, I really don't mind this instant level cap thing in MMOs so long as the rest of the game isn't turned into a grindfest to incentivize you to purchase the microtransaction. However, I want to leave it up to you guys. Time for the question of the week. Last week on the show, I asked whether or not making a game cross-platform can harm a game's overall quality. A user by the name of Zephyros said the following: cross-platform has strengths and weaknesses. The PvP section of the game would be unfair as desktop gamers tend to have easier control. That could be fixed by having different PvP servers, but then it wouldn't really be cross-platform. The good thing in cross-platform titles is that they're accessible and portable, so that makes it easier for people on the go to give it a try, resulting in a rich community. Thanks for your response, and as always, if you want your comment possibly featured in next week's episode, make sure to leave a comment down below. This week's question is, do you think that instant max level character microtransactions are good for MMOs? For example, being able to boost a character from 1 to 60 like in SWTOR for a fee, or 1 to 90 in say World of Warcraft for a fee. Why or why not? As I mentioned before, I really don't mind this microtransaction satisfaction at all, especially for folks like myself who don't really have a ton of time to level up alternative characters. But I also don't want the progression of the game to be messed with in order to incentivize the purchase. I'm very curious where you guys will take this discussion. Our last news story of the week is all about Magic Duels Origins, a free-to-play digital card game by Wizards of the Coast. One of the main things covered during E3 about this title was the rewards you'll get by playing the game, ultimately describing how the game progresses for a free player. As with Hearthstone, you can earn all cards for free or spend real money to accelerate the process. There will also be daily quests to net you more gold, as well as community quests that require the community to contribute to one goal. Worried about going on a losing spree though? Well, you earn gold that way as well, because Magic Duels rewards both winning and losing. So basically, a lot of what you get from Hearthstone in terms of monetization will also be in Magic Duels Origins. Hopefully though without the steep grind. We will have to wait and see. You know what you never have to wait and go do? Check out the giveaways page, of course. Be sure to bookmark it and check it daily to ensure you never miss out on free things. But as for myself, signing off until next week's Free to Play Weekly, I'm Zach Sharps and I will catch you guys next time.